Allie? Yeah, let's not all be here. We're gonna hang here for a few. Okay. Yeah,
well, if you look, it is the high up in 50. Now, let's take a look at what's the next spot to get to. Look where you're at. Oh, it's got a lot of room. Yep.
Take the cap.
Cameron, can you send it back my way?
There's gonna be a lot of action.
Stevie Persibelli.
CNN just talked to traders on camera to ask if they can talk to our cash. You can get an appearance from our cash.
They all want to take pictures of Stevie Granger over there. They know you're on the USA Today. You got a lot of action. Oh, Mikey is? Yeah. You're a big face guy too. You got a lot of pictures too. Handsome. You're handsome. You are.
I want to send my kids to private school.
You know, I have an empty screen.
Freddie, what's up?
Doesn't matter. It makes it look fun.
Freddie, did you get that order?
Yeah.
Got it? It's over. Over here. WB. WB's the stock.
Oh yeah.
Imagine this was trading at $1. Would it go down? We're here every day.
Every day, yeah, we watch it. You know what we're doing? Watch everybody else buy ahead of it.
Ready, Stevie Granger. Ready.
Are we doing false?
No!
Somebody over and all that.
I feel like I'm posing when I hold on to the camera.
Yeah, that's what we're all waiting for.
Jams kicking our ass.
How long?
Get out of here.
How's my hair?
How's my hair?
Sticking up?
Nancy Pelosi, any minute.
Talk. Yeah.
Need you to come over with me.
Who was supposed to watch?
Stevie Trap. There you go, yeah. Give me some lats. Give me some lats now.
Come on, turn around for the camera. Come on.
800,000 Americans have lost their jobs this year alone. These are the Americans we must act on behalf of today. They are not the high flyers on Wall Street, but our neighbors and our constituents, and they need our help. Let us be clear. The original rescue bill proposed by the Bush administration was unacceptable, as has been indicated by Mr. Boehner. It has asked us to commit
All the cameras are going to be following you out of here now.
It's 3/8, a half. Here we go. We're to Wall Street. The message to Wall Street, Quinny. We're the bad guys again. It's unbelievable. We're the bad guys. Message to Wall Street. Right?
It's like 8,000.
He's really done anything he can.
This guy's the biggest.
Trust me, you've got a lot of secrets no one else about. Comes up with a regular guy and sells 6 hours. He's driving that, not driving that Audi up the way.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Sunday before she's finished.
Yeah, right? It might be Sunday when she's finished talking.
I wish I could say, oh, yeah. Thank you. Why are you gonna, the more you talk,
Yeah,
not like
and what price? Kidding me, watch her? We're just, you'll know. During it or after?
Guys, back up. Thank you. Up.
You always wanted to be in video. Sell. Once it passes, sell.
What's the Secret Service for?
Oh, shut up. And they're off.
We're up 5 points.
Over another 5.
Here they come. They're buying them already.
Take them. Sell them.
285.
300, you go sell.
I'm gonna pass this thing. They passed this thing. Republicans win the election. And Mark will down for it. You want to get you, man? That is really it happened.
Motion to concur at Senate
Hey, Steiny.
Where's Beaks?
Hey, I'm gonna go. Okay.
You see what it says there? See the bottom screen? This is there. It says amendments on the top.
This is on
They
the
didn't have that there before.
the motion to concur, Senate amendment. Corrected it just now.
Pete says no.
No, look what it says up there.
I understand, but they just called me and they said they corrected on television. It is for the vote.
Seize all assets of Duke and Duke.
That makes more sense.
Turn those machines back on.
There you go.
Whoa.
285.
Wait down.
What happened?
Get ready to cheer.
Everybody just came back? They said they corrected it. That this is
That
this guy said this is the real vote.
Yeah.
They put it together.
Hooray for the rum runners.
We know, 215.
Thank God they bailed us out.
Yeah.
And those little kids will have their wooden arrows.
I'm moving to the Samoas.
It's a landslide.
McGillicuddy.
All right, there it is. One for Crandon.
298 on 300.
One for Brandon.
Talladega can get their new race car. We're rescued. Here comes the market flying in.
So lighten up.
Sold.
Whoa, it's all coming in too fast.
We've got to get to Beaks. Tell them to sell.
Sell!
Turn those
Yeah,
machines
see what
back
it
on.
says on the bottom?
What about your brother's very ill?
Everybody's happy. Look at the market keeps flying in. So,
240, guys.
We're back.
240.
I now they're going to cut the rate.
Tuckman of all people.
That'll cut the
How'd they
rate.
get that camera around his nose?
That's on the 150-inch TV.
The Republicans all voted against it.
Still? No, they split. Last time it was
Yeah.
Because they could all go back and say to their constituents, we
They're
didn't vote
going to
for
say
it.
that. Right. What do you think?
So you should re-elect me.
I think the rally's over.
Just sold off 80 points.
Yep. Point over there. Looks like we're doing something.
Okay. 2 more minutes.
Why don't you tell me what movie you want to see?
They rally now. It was the initial. Now we're going to rally big.
Think so?
Oh, really think.
All right, we're
Alan, take the
want me to stand there? I just want to get a focus of just. Do you think you could stand there just so I can focus on your face? Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, great.
So we can get focused.
The big question now, will this bailout plan work? Will it help the stock indexes go higher? And will it unfreeze the credit market? Ted Shaffrey, The Associated Press, Wall Street. Anything sound inaccurate about that? Okay. Test, test, test. The big question now, will this bailout plan work? Will it help the stock indexes? The big plan now. The big question now, will it? The big question now, will this bailout plan work? Will it stabilize the stock markets? And will it unfreeze the credit market? Ted Shaffrey, The Associated Press, Wall Street. Unfreeze credit market? Is that good? What's that? Yeah, but I said market. I didn't say market. Market. So first of all, tell me about what this means.
Well, you know, in the long run, it's the right bill. It really is. It should put a footing on the housing debacle. We should be able to move forward, but most importantly, it should free up that credit. The credit markets that have literally been frozen. I mean, banks were not lending to banks because they were afraid of the counterparty. They're going to have nothing to fear from the U.S. government. So this should definitely, and you should see that almost instantly. Next week, you should see the credit markets free up. So I think it's the right bill, the right time, in the right direction.
Now, are you worried at all that the Dow didn't go up that high?
Well, you know, in the last 6 months, you see this selling into rallies, and that's what you saw today. But the volume's very light. The volume's not there, which shows that there's really no conviction either way at the moment. So it's more like they were selling into rallies because you knew the market was going to take a little pop today because you knew it was going to be passed. Pelosi said she wouldn't put this bill up to vote unless she was going to pass it. So you knew it was going to be passed, so you knew they were going to rally them up. So the sellers took advantage of that, sold into it, and it's a little disappointing to see it turn around. You would have loved to see them put this vote on at 4 o'clock as the market closed, instead of giving it time to digest so people could sell into it. But so be it.
Can you say and spell your name?
Alan, A-L-A-N, Valdes, V-A-L-D-E-S.
Floor trader, New York Stock Exchange?
Hilliard Lyons.
Oh, great. Anything I'm neglecting to ask you? You think it's important for people around the world to know?
Well, I think this bill helps Main Street as much as it helps Wall Street. I mean, there's been a lot of talk where it's a Wall Street bailout, but I think in the long run, people will see it really helps Main Street just as much as Wall Street.
Thank you very much. Optimism on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
We are in a good mood. I mean, you feel the optimism behind me. The guys on the trading floor and upstairs, you can feel it in their voices. You can see things, and they're buying long term now.
The Dow closed up 497 points Monday after the Obama administration released new details about a plan to buy bad home loans from banks with the help of private investors and turn them into assets, all to get credit flowing again. Many people liked what they heard.
I'm with what Obama's doing.
Others do not think the plan will work.
Everyone's really going to just take advantage of the government financing, buy the securities on the cheap, and try to dump them.
Economist Philip Schnabel says the detailed plan has promise, but that it must be implemented quickly. He says the private sector must believe this is the final plan to come out before they start investing in it.
We will hope going forward that the government will stick to its principles and really stick to the programs it has announced, and that way it's creating some certainty for investors.
Is this the stepping stone to putting the economy on firmer footing? Investors seem to think the answer might be yes. Ted Shaffrey, The Associated Press, reporting from the New York Stock Exchange. It's the government to the rescue again, as federal regulators say they will insure $306 billion in potential bad loans by financial giant Citigroup. Additionally, the feds are going to inject $20 billion directly into the bank in return for preferred shares. This is the second massive recapitalization of the bank, intended to prevent a domino effect on the economy. In October, the government sank $25 billion into the company. Many financial observers were guardedly optimistic.
One would think that the math adds up that this would probably be enough to tide them through.
They do just keep falling. I hope that the bailout for Citibank works. I mean, I look at J.P. Morgan just beat down, but I think I have faith ultimately in the economy of the United States.
Other regular investors say the financial system has outgrown the regulations and that nothing will get better until Congress passes new oversight laws.
They should have been regulating from the get-go. They should have been going to work every day, and there was no expertise there. It's pretty obvious.
Others say the bailout money should go elsewhere until there is some guarantee Citigroup won't make more bad investments with the billions.
Bad management, again, is the reason why they're in this position, and there's not enough protection for the general public.
Despite the first bailout, earlier this month, Citigroup announced they would have to lay off 50,000 employees. And they are looking for other ways to raise cash, such as upping the interest on Citibank credit card holders this week. Citigroup is one of the world's largest financial services networks, with 200 million accounts in more than 100 countries. Ted Shaffrey, The Associated Press, New York.